Welcome back, everyone, to the New York Giants franchise here at Madden NFL.22. Lamar Jackson leading his troops out here against the New England Patriots on Monday Night Prime Time, as Madden likes to call it. I'm going to call it Monday Night Football, and as you guys can hear, I got ESPN highlight music in the background. Hopefully it doesn't get demonetized. That would suck. But guys, me as a Patriots fan, it's going to be really hard to come out here as the Giants to try to beat my beloved Patriots. And it's always a sore spot around this time of year. 16-0. You can't finish off Eli Manning and David Tyree. My God. Two times, actually. 2 times. Lose to him twice. It's unbelievable. All right, guys. Lamar Jackson, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's just got to be a little bit better. I like the touchdown totals on the ground. I like what our running game has been able to do. We're actually top 5 in offensive categories. So we're having a good season offensively. It's just, you gotta limit the turnovers here a little bit. So Lamar just taking off, sliding, gonna get down to the 27-yard line. First down and 10, a little option play. And Lamar Jackson, no! He fumbles the football. It's gonna get stripped, and the only man to beat him is Lamar Jackson. And he takes care of it. Okay. Well, at least he stopped him from a scoop and score. Or a strip, scoop, and score. Mac Jones, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he's having a little bit better of a season compared to Lamar Jackson throwing the football. Damian Harris, 21 rushes, 101. So he clips the century mark last game. So he's going to be one of those players that we have our eye on. But pressure on Mac Jones, and he fires it out here to Xavier McKinney, the Alabama product. Reading that route perfectly, just coming back on in from the end zone, back towards the sideline, breaking on that football. He's going to pick it off there. We like to see that. We like that. Don't allow that turnover by Jackson to turn into points. We get the football right back. Evan Ingram directing traffic over there. First down, baby. Let's get it. But Kenny Golladay can't come back to the football. Good play defensively by the cornerback. And a field goal is up and good by Graham Gano. So we turn that turnover into 3 points. It is 3-0. Josie Jewell's actually been a very underrated defensive player here this season. Nice middle linebacker for us. We got rid of Blake Martinez in the offseason. Dennis Winston, we drafted from year number 1. He's getting a more expanded role. He's having a really good year. And you know what? Our defense is coming up clutch in a lot of situations here on this little winning streak that we've got going on. Darnay Holmes is going to make Mac Jones pay for the second time. That's 2 interceptions, but this one's going to really cost him. That's going to be a pick 6. Take a look one more time at this throw. Led his receiver just a little bit too much to the outside, way too much to the right, and that is going to be a pick 6. So we've got Xavier McKinney trying to tackle Kendrick Bourne, but that speed, he just busted off 1 tackle, and then the rest is history. So he gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. First down and goal. Nice play defensively. Good way to swarm the football. Josie Jewell right in the middle of it. He's having a good season, man. 3-yard line. Good defense. Good job, boys. That defensive line getting good pressure. Good swim moves all the way around. Pollard knocks his man down to the ground, but Damian Harris is going to punch it in. And New England is up on the scoreboard now. It's 10-7. We're going to jump all the way here to 26 seconds in the second quarter. Lamar at the 16-yard line has got to find somebody open. He's going to check it down here to Saquon. He's going to get out of bounds here for a gain of 5. 17 seconds when this throw is completed. And in the end zone is Kadarius Toney. That's touchdown, baby. Little drag route with the speed. It's almost like John Ross cheese, man. Drag routes, out routes, zig routes, fly routes. What's not cheese in Madden anymore? And NCAA Football 14. What's not cheese? As long as you're looking at animations, guys, throwing the football is like pretty easy. I don't know what to do. I've changed sliders. I've done everything. I don't know what to do. If you guys got a slider set out there that makes things a little harder, I might have to make this thing CPU only. Like, I might have to make this series CPU only. I'm not kidding. But again, if I were playing you guys as users, you'd kick my butt. You would kick my butt. But against CPU, I think I can handle myself. I do. I think I can handle myself. As I say that, I give up a touchdown. A big, long touchdown to Nelson Aguilar. How does he catch that, right? He's got hands of steel. He's got rock hands. He's got rocks for hands. I don't know what I'm trying to say. 3rd down and 7. Saquon at the 21-yard line is going to only pick up about 2. It's now 4th and 6. Our offense is starting to stall out a little bit. Patriots only down by 3. Mac Jones looking, firing off his back foot, and take a look. Nelson Aguilar again with the speed. Got one man to beat. That's Adoree Jackson, and he can't tackle him. You got similar-sized guys right there, and Aguilar just won the battle. I would have liked to think that Adoree Jackson could make the tackle. He's a defensive player. Make the tackle. I don't think Nelson Aguilar has worked on his physicality. He's just a speed demon. That's all. But instead he gets stiff-armed to the ground. I don't know if we're going to re-sign this guy. I really don't. But we get a touchdown back here. Sterling Shepard's going to beat his man off the line. That's a touchdown, baby. 41-yard line. All the way to the end zone. Get to the house. Do a little dance. Make it a little love. Get down tonight. 24-21. Giants with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. 1st down and 10. A little screen pass there. Not going to go anywhere. Good tackle again by Josie Jewell. And that defense by the Giants here now. Mac Jones firing out to the left. That's going to be another completion. Man, our man coverage is so bad. We've really, ever since James Bradbury has left us, it feels like our defense and our secondary has just gotten a little bit leaky. Especially like this. Tackles. We can't make tackles in the open field. I mean, Damon Harris basically just had a sea of red following behind him. And then he scores a touchdown. Diving into the end zone. Patriots have now taken the lead on us. 28-24. Start of the 4th quarter. We're at the 37, and we can't pick up a 1st down. We're going to be short. But because we're aggressive, and because Madden is Madden, and we've got Lamar Jackson, why not go for it on 4th down and inches? But we're going to be pushed all the way back. I think Madden got some payback on us there. Wagner is going to get the sack. That's a 10-yard loss. 2nd down and 20. We try to get cute a little bit. We try to get a little cute, and it's going to be a gain of 1. 3rd down and 19 at the 44. Lamar is going to fire out to the left side. That's Evan Ingram. He's going to beat his man, and then take a look. Evan Ingram gets past the 1st down line just enough. 1st down and 10 now. Lamar Jackson feeling some pressure. Pocket breaking down. Trying to hold on to it just so we can make a pass so we don't feel like we're cheesing the game and trying to run out and roll out and do all that. But anyway, he does have to do it. He does have to take off. Next play. Look at the moves. Quarterback run designed. Lamar Jackson makes one little move, one little juke, and sends this guy into outer space. I mean, look at what is it? I mean, geez, oh Pete's. Fans are going crazy. 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Mac Jones fires out to the right side on 3rd down and 7. They're going to give this to Nelson Aguilar. There is no way that he made that catch. New York will challenge this. I'm not letting this one go. I'm not letting this one slide. Now, right on that angle, it looked like he got there. But this one right here, take a look at the left foot. Just right past that helmet. Right past the helmet. See where he is? Definitely out of bounds right there. Definitely out of bounds. And they see it too. The Zebras say it was an incomplete pass. It is now 4th down and 7. New England has to go for this. With 3 minutes left, they have all 3 timeouts. They could punt the football back to us and then hope they get a stop. But I think at this point, in kind of an offensive game, you got to go for it here on 4th down and 7. See if you can get this thing. You saw that on replay. He definitely was out of bounds. But here's Mac Jones just firing off his back foot. Too much pressure. And Adoree Jackson comes up with the interception. One-on-one. He finally gets retribution. Word of the day. He gets payback, in other words, against Nelson Aguilar. Gets the interception, guys. And with 1:55, all we got to do is we just got to run this clock out and we get a W. But New England has all 3 timeouts. Let's pick it up where they've got only no timeouts left. And with 1:38, it's now 3rd down and 10. We're going to drive this thing all the way down to 1 minute and 2. Trying to get a little cute, too, I think, with the screen pass. But now with 55 seconds, we have to kick the field goal here. We have to. We don't have enough time. And then, instead of taking my time, I pushed it. I blocked it. I don't do that very often. So now it's starting to get a little shaky here. A touchdown will win it for New England. A field goal will tie. But none of that's going to matter. Darnay Holmes, second interception of the game. This time, it seals the game. Remember, he had that pick 6 earlier. Mac Jones just likes throwing to him, I guess. Like, he threw it right at him. I mean, what is Mac looking at? He had a better Pro Bowl than what we saw here today. Giants get a win, 31-28. Mac wasn't, 54%. That's terrible. 12 of 22. Not good. Not good. He needed to be better for the Pats to win this game. But you know what? The fact that it was only a 3-point win and their quarterback had 54% completion percentage, we gotta clean some stuff up here. It was not an impressive win, in my opinion. I think when your guys throwing 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions, actually, 2 to Darnay and 1 to Adoree', yeah, you gotta beat that team by 14, by 2 scores. Top players of the week. We haven't taken a look at this, but this week we had offensive and defensive. We had Darnay Holmes and Lamar Jackson, a couple custom prospects that you might have seen in the mix here. Daryl Johnson for the Lions. You saw Jamari Greenwood as well. Dexter Savage, 13 tackles in the game for the Houston Texans. A couple other players up there that I failed to mention. Letterman, quarterback for the Falcons, starting over Daniel Jones. We are going to be simulating from this point forward. Week 8, we get a win over Washington, 27-21. And from this point forward, guys, it is straight sim. We're going to get all the way up to Week 16 against the San Francisco 49ers. And without spoiling it, it's a pretty important game. It is a pretty important game, whether that's through draft position. Are we really gonna miss the playoffs, guys? Come on. We're not missing the playoffs. with this roster, we can't miss the playoffs. But where we're gonna be seated, that's gonna be up for grabs here, right? So that's gonna be a big game for us. But we're gonna simulate all the way to Week 16 and figure out if we're gonna be on the bubble or if we're one of the best teams in the NFL. Now it's up to the CPU to decide. I think we've played enough games. I win enough games against the CPU. I think it's just time that the CPU decide how good that we really are. How did we build this team? Did we build it well? Did we build it terribly? Are we soaking up too much money into Lamar and Saquon? Are we going to pay for that? Well, so far, so good. Our offense seems like it's clicking. We've got a really nice running game and a really nice running attack. Our defense has been okay. It could stand to be a little bit better, but I would assume we're about middle of the pack. We'll take a look at the standings here in just a moment, but we got a lot of young guys on our defense, a lot of youth here. Veteran pieces in the right spots on the D line and through middle linebacker with Josie Jewell, and in the secondary you got some nice spread there with McKinney, Peppers. We got some decent players, man. Darnay Holmes is pretty young. Adoree' Jackson, nice veteran piece as well. Logan Ryan, a good veteran piece. We've got this thing sprinkled out pretty well. Now, if you saw the little snapshot there, we are actually 3rd in offense. So total offensive yards, we're 3rd. We're up there with the Chiefs and the Rams. The Super Bowl that many thought that should have been, I guess, for this real life, for our real life situation. So we get Bengals. I'm happy about this, by the way. I want the Bengals to win this thing. Matthew Stafford, don't do this. Don't do it. I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably jinxed myself. But rushing attack, we're first. We're first overall in rushing. Passing, I think we were a little towards the bottom of the list. The Lions are the worst rushing team in the league, I believe. Actually, it was the Buccaneers. Buccaneers, worst rushing team in the league. Lions, second worst. Points per game, I think we're like top 5. Top 10. We're in the top 10 guaranteed. Passing touchdowns, we should be towards the middle of the list. Yeah, maybe bottom half with 13. Rushing touchdowns, we are currently not up in the top 5. We're actually outside of it. Getting a lot of yards, but not a lot of scores by the looks of it. Now, defensively, total yards against us, we're in the top We're at least in top 10, maybe top 8. So our defense is playing very, very well. Against the pass, the Panthers are in first place there with 1,414. Yeah, so it's our defense is all right. It's all right. Like I said, I wish it would come through a little bit more consistently. You know, we're actually winning games by a slim margin, which I want this team, if we're actually one of the best teams in the NFL, we've got to be blowing people out at this point. I mean, we're 9-1 currently. We're winning a bunch of games, but it's not by much. Look at these scores: 31-28, 27-21, 14-10, 35-32. So we beat the Dolphins, we beat the Jets. We're actually having a really good season. The Jets, by the way, have a 1-year pro. I almost said rookie quarterback. What 1-year pro patron prospect Declan Delaney. Very good player. Now, the Jets are an interesting story, by the way. We'll get to their box score in just a moment, but the Jets are an interesting story. Dolphins we should have beaten. I don't want to talk too much about them. There's not much going on, at least in this series for Miami. I know that in real life they hired Mike McDaniel, which I don't know much about that hire. What do you guys think about that hire? I know what the knee-jerk reaction thinks. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if he's a commanding presence in that locker room. But either way, the Jets. Let's talk about the Jets with Declan Delaney and Kobe Parson, a wide receiver that they drafted number 1 overall this past season. Yeah, they were the number 1 overall draft pick. They were the worst team last year, the worst team record-wise, and they drafted this wide receiver number 1 overall. And now here they are in a position to win the AFC East, make the playoffs, make a nice little run here. So New York has got it pretty good. There's Colby Parson right there out of Arkansas, rookie right there. New York's got it pretty good right now. The Jets are back. The Giants are back. We've been back since year 1 of this series. We've made the playoffs in every year 1 and year 2. We're looking like we're going to do that this season, pending a huge collapse. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see what these two teams do. I know the New York, we've got it all under control out here, but the Jets, it's an interesting story to watch out for. Now, the custom prospects have been created. So I've got them all made up, guys. If you, again, want to know where your player is going, if you don't see him up on this list, this is just the mock for round number 1. I've linked a Google Sheet for you guys to click on and view and let you know who's in and who's left out. And I have something to tell you. Nobody was left out. I have all the Patriot prospects created. I have all of the open submissions created. So if you made an open submission player for this, you're in. Now, open submission guys are star dev minimum, but they're like 60 overall players. So they're going to be about a round 3, round 4, maybe round 5 type of drafted player, a caliber of player. Patron guys, depending on the dollar amount, that's going to dictate your dev trait, and it's going to also dictate your overall rating to start as a rookie. So it's something to look into if you ever want to like get your guy a little bit better and want your guy to get into the game. But open submission is free to do. You're just in the game. Boom, boom, boom. 60 overall star dev. You can progress pretty quickly if you get some playing time, so on and so forth. But we beat the Dallas Cowboys. I think it was 34-16. Either way, we scored 34 points, and we kind of kicked them around a little bit, which I like. The Cowgirls. I don't like the Cowboys. I'm not a fan of that. What did I do here in the editing? Go down. Get there. Yeah, 34-16 final score. We're on a huge winning streak, by the way. This winning streak is crazy. I think it was like 10 games. We're on a 10-game winning streak. Roderick Fleming, Sarek Martin, both going to get upgrades here as well. Take a look at our record. We are 10-1. So yeah, 10-game winning streak. We started off the season losing to Jamari Greenwood and those Minnesota Vikings on the road. It was a tough game. But they got us. They beat us. Now we beat up the Buffalo Bills 38-31. Again, we're just playing a lot of close games. But Lamar Jackson's balling out, man. 2 touchdowns, 244. How many rushing yards did he get today? 32 yards and a touchdown. He's making a case for the MVP. because I know that Madden likes quarterbacks that run a lot too, so he is making a case for MVP. We're seeing a lot of close games, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Lamar Jackson. Seriously, if it was Daniel Jones still at the helm, I don't know if we would be here. I think we would kind of be worried about if we're going to make the playoffs or not. We might be sitting here through 12 games. We might be maybe like 8-4. We'd be above 500 with Daniel Jones, but I don't think we'd be 11-1 currently as the number 1 seed in the NFC. Now, taking a look at the playoffs, if it ended today, this is what the standings would look like. But we've got a lot of custom prospects in here. We got the Falcons, the Vikings, the Bears, the 49ers. We got a lot of custom prospect presence in there. Love to see that. Meanwhile, the Jets, remember I talked about the Jets as a sleeper type of team. They're over there at the number 1 seed in the AFC. Couple custom prospects to watch out for here. Ragnar Thorson, a running back for the LA Rams. They actually beat us, so they snapped our 11-game winning streak. So they snapped it. Sucks. Matthew Stafford's like a thorn in my side, man. He was over here in Detroit. He did nothing as far as playoffs go, but put up a lot of good numbers, but did nothing. And now he's over at LA. He's going to play in the Super Bowl. Go Bengals. God dang it. Go Bengals. And now he snaps our 11-game winning streak. Screw this guy. Screw this guy. I should be a Stafford fan, right? GG9. Number 9. Detroit Lions quarterback. I should have been a fan of him, right? But no. Guys, up on the screen are your custom prospects. Just a little update. Because I know where the quarterbacks are. Like Daniel Letterman's having a really nice year, 29-9. Declan Delaney, 26-8. 26 touchdowns, 8 picks. Now, Tito Ramos is sitting behind Jared Goff with 12 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Tito Ramos needs to start. Start Tito Ramos, dang it. It's brutal out here, man. Jamari Greenwood. Again, if you guys have a custom prospect in this series, comment his name below, and I will tell you guys his statistics as of this video, okay? I will let you know how he did. So comment below, because I can't make a custom prospect video here. It's just it's too much. The algorithm hates that kind of stuff as well. So I gotta appease the algorithm gods of YouTube, and I can't strictly make a YouTube video for custom prospects, because if you don't have one in here, you're probably not going to pay attention to it. So I'd be basically talking to 50 people of the viewership base of this series. But getting back to the box score here, guys, we beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, so we get back off the schneid. We are 12-2. We get back to our winning ways, and just like the title says, man, I don't know. Nobody can beat us except for Minnesota and LA, but you get the point, right? Nobody can beat us in gameplay and simulation. We just have gotten on this crazy run in year number 3. I think it's personally because of the addition to Lamar Jackson. When you've got Saquon Barkley and Lamar Jackson, 2 99 overall players, I don't know how you can lose. Plus a pretty competent defense, some wide receivers that are pretty decent as well. Shepard, Tony, Galladay, Slayton, Evan Ingram's highly rated. Offensive line is a pretty decent run block. Like, we've rebuilt the offensive line here. I don't think that there's any way we're going to lose to San Francisco. Do you guys? Do you guys think we're going to lose to San Fran? We got to go at their place. 12-2 versus 11-3. Guys, I will see you in the next video later on this week. We're going to take on San Francisco in gameplay. We're going to simulate Week 17 against the Chargers and then play the final week against Seattle to see if we have officially clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC. That's really what this battle is between the Giants and the 49ers. Huge battle coming up in the next episode, guys. I'll leave you with that little cliffhanger. So I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.